Hi everyone, Mrs. M here for the ABC sub-channel. Earlier this week, I finished reading my first memoir, The Beauty in Breaking, by Dr. Michele Harper. This memoir follows the life and career of Dr. Harper, an emergency room physician. Here it is. The first thing I noticed is that the author has clearly gone through a lot of early childhood trauma. Working hard in school was a way to escape and move forward from the trauma. Once the author starts moving forward with her career in medicine, her personal life begins to unravel. She goes through a divorce and has to move from New York to Philadelphia alone. She starts to imagine life without her husband, pictures what their kids would have looked like. When Dr. Harper tells the story of the newborn baby she tried to save, that was the one chapter in this memoir that struck me as honest and straightforward. It was moving but not overly sentimental. In this chapter, I really felt a sense of what the author had experienced. This was early on in the book. Unfortunately, subsequent chapters did not give me quite the same experience. I felt as though most of the remaining chapters were embellished to make the stories seem more interesting, which is a shame because I felt like the stories would have worked better without the excessive editorializing with each chapter. I realize that sounds kind of strange. After all, memoirs should contain the insights of the author. However, there was a point a little more than halfway through the book that I really felt like I was being preached to instead of being allowed to read about the author's experiences and come to my own conclusion. Instead of showing me instances where the hospital lacked resources, for example, the author chose to belabor the point often throughout the book. I got the message, but I would have rather come to that conclusion on my own. Overall, I did really enjoy this book. I'm not really used to memoirs, and I don't read them often. The idea of learning about the experiences of someone who has been working in healthcare was intriguing to me. It was interesting how the author's own traumatic childhood shaped how she was able to relate to some of her patients later on in her career. If the author does decide to write a work of fiction, that is something that I would definitely enjoy reading. Her prose has a lot of imagery and depth. If you enjoy memoirs and are interested in the field of medicine, this book would be right up your alley. This has been Mrs. M with the ABC sub-channel. Enjoy your weekend and have a great summer and happy reading.